Hello, 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 housemates, and welcome to another episode of Three is a Crowd. I am your hostess with the mostest, Christian J. Williams.
What's up, Christian? I'm your host with Dell. Yeah, I did that.
And I'm your co-host, Brea Darby. Let's see if we're gonna just move on from that.
Oh, yeah. I already told you my situation.
Yeah, I understand now.
Okay.
I understand.
However, y'all, how y'all doing? I hope y'all having a great afternoon. So what we're gonna do is we got to jump right on in to the hot topics of the motherfucking show.
Here we go.
All right, y'all. So the first hot topic is Dwayne Wade, and I love this. A parent's love. That is the perfect caption. Dwayne Wade filed a petition to legally change Zaya Wade's name and gender, so she will be officially a female. In all aspects of the world, whether she get an ID or anything like that. And for me, I feel like there is a stand-up parent and father. For you to be able to just say, this is what my child wants to be. This is what my child desires to be. And I want to make her life as easy as possible.
Right. And the acceptance. It's the acceptance for me because, growing up at a certain time, you couldn't even, you know what I'm saying? It was just like stigmas and labels. You couldn't, something wrong with him. But now the way that they work together too, him and his wife, the way that they just work together ever since the beginning of this whole transition for her, they've just been so supportive. And I feel like they did let her make her own decision, as opposed to seeing a lot of celebrity parents or just parents in general kind of force something on, kids like that. And then they grow up and then it's like they have to transition back to who they really wanted to be. I see people like, oh, my child's 3 years old. Yeah, but it's 3, that's just free expression of children. Yeah, just because your child plays with the doll and get dressed up in that doesn't matter. Like it's active imagination. So the fact that they let her choose her own path and just support it is really, really great.
I get what you're saying, and I'm happy for the parenting style that they have with Zaya as well. I did say that correctly, right? I had one question, and one of the things I was trying to focus on while reading in my mind. How old is she?
She's 15.
She's a teen, definitely. Yeah.
All right. That was my question because that had to do with how I responded to this. Because I didn't know that she was that age.
And this started a long time ago. Yeah.
And it did. And I kind of have inadvertently watched the process growing up, but my thing was like I was hoping that she was either already that age or they would wait till she got to that age.
Right.
When you're 12 or younger, you want certain things and then your mind changes. You're like, okay, well, look, I still want to be me, but the way that I'm handling
expressing
it would be different. So the fact that she's 15 says, okay, this has been a long, thought out process. And it might change at 21, but she has a sound mind now,
to make the decision. And that's what I'm saying. Like they let her make her decision. They just really supported her all the time publicly, they always supported her, which is, like I said, that to me, that's the biggest, that's what has the biggest effect, right? The way the parent actually responds to.
Because let's be totally honest with you, outside of nobody really in this situation in life, nobody really matters except once your parents accept you, you like blank the world.
Because people we don't want to disappoint and we don't want to be odd. We don't want to embarrass our parents, whatever the reason may be. But The support is everything. So go ahead, Dwayne Wade, and with Gabrielle Union. That's his wife. Okay, yeah.
Wade.
Okay, Wade. I'm sorry, girl.
He put some strength behind it.
Wade, Gabrielle Wade.
You gotta respect that. You gotta respect that. She worked hard for that name, baby.
Right, and they work hard together. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I definitely love it.
Now we're gonna get over to the educational side of this, because you know I believe that every time we do something and every time we're on, we have to take a moment to educate our people with some other things that are going on in the world. And as I stay on every show, be careful. Be careful. A Texas woman was rushed to the emergency room after an attempted poisoning, probably also an attempt kidnapping. There was a laced napkin placed on her door, on her and her husband's vehicle. And people, be careful when you see odd stuff, especially if you by yourself. You know, you don't want to touch everything. In this day and age, we're getting to that point now. You just don't want to touch everything. But what happened was she saw the napkin and she used her nails to flick the paper towel. I'm sorry, the napkin away.
Baby, I would use my foot. I would use my foot. I would use my foot.
Well, you know, everybody they went on a date. Okay, her and her husband.
I would
went
use
on
my
a date,
foot.
and they were they had just got through eating. And if she's like me, my leg ain't going that high right after I finish eating.
Mine is.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what
she did use her fingernails. So
yes,
the doctor like she, you know, because her utilizing her fingernails, her long acrylic nails, it was not as worse as it could have been if she would like just grabbed it and threw it away.
So what was it laced with?
Actually, they did not. They were still running tests, and her it wasn't enough in her body. Whatever the poisoning was, it wasn't enough in her body.
Somebody put some fentanyl on there
to verify exactly what it was at that time. But she used her nails to pluck the paper towel off. But what happened was, because the poisoning was now, I guess it had been on there so long, the paper towel had been on the door handle so long, it was now on the door handle. So when she opened the door, that's how it ended up getting into her system.
That's how,
Okay, so look, this is the thing. Do not, if anything happens, something weird is going on around your personal space, and you start feeling differently, do not ignore the signs. Because
who would do that to her, though? Who the hell would do that to her?
That's why they think it was either attempted. I mean, they either attempted to just take her out, or they attempted to kidnap her. So there's no idea. Right, and the information, our sources says that when she did the interview, the sources said that she told them that hopefully the Houston PD or the restaurant would be able to get some type of footage showing what happened or who it was.
Right.
Because at the time of the interview and at this time, it was still an ongoing process. The educational part of this is like you have to be conscious of your surroundings, especially when you're by yourself. It was good that her husband was in the car with her and he was the one that was driving, because she could have started feeling the way that she was feeling and lost total control of the car. Then
she better hope it wasn't one of her sneaky links try to strap her and grab her.
Now you acting.
No, Dale, I'm being you. I'm testing all scenarios. I want to know.
Hey, being a logical thinker, you be trying to cover it all. Like from
you never know, because who would do that to her?
Why?
I mean, I know there are random crazy people, but who would do that to you?
I mean, if it was a kidnapping and then the part two is, it has to be, in my mind, I'm saying it has to be somebody that was watching to know that she was the one on the passenger side, because again, she was in the car with her husband.
Might be one of his sneaky
nothing
links.
happened on his side, so either they were thinking that she would fall out, or that she, I don't know, like, so in my head, I was trying to logically
die. That
but
she would
she
die.
would fall out, and they would be able to get her. That she would come out to the car before he would, something.
And she would just drop dead.
drop dead or been unconscious where they could have saw the body.
Girl, she better go look. She better go get spiritual and protect herself because somebody is out to get you.
Yeah. Look, and don't just go to the doctor that one time. Have a follow-up because sometimes there's stuff that's missed.
Right.
You might want to go check your cards, girl. Somebody might be out to get you. Got some bad karma somewhere.
Men, people, boys, and girls, when you go out to your car and everything in between, when you go out to your car, look around your car. Have a habit of walking around your car. First of all, let me tell you this. Walk around your car anyway, because you need to make sure that your lights are working on your car, because we don't want to give the police a reason to pull you over, and it could be a bullcrap reason. I'm doing the educational side. For one, walk around your car anyway. For two, stand back as far as you can and look up under your car to make sure ain't nobody hiding up under your car. For three, this is the new one. Make sure that there's nothing on your car before you leave. On your car door. And then like in the past, they did where they was putting stuff on the windshield and you didn't see it until you was driving down the street, and then you'll pull over thinking, oh, let me get this off my windshield, and it'll be something that could possibly do the same thing to you, some poison, or somebody's following you, waiting on you to open your door, and they kidnap you. So this is stuff that people, before you get in your car, inspect your car. And women, if you have acrylic nails, that's what you use to get rid of the people. Yeah, cut them. That's what you use to get rid of
your foot, ladies. Use your foot. Use your foot. Take your little foot and snatch it down.
Your knee, your foot.
Pull it down.
You'll be surprised what your keys can do. Use your keys. Keep your keys in your hand. In your hand. Yeah. Women, men, boys, girls, and everybody in between. Keep your keys in your hand. You never know. Be prepared.
This next hot topic, I'm telling you, she should have had a brass knuckle on her hand. She should have had her whole crew with her for this. So I want to make sure I'm saying her name right. There was a body slam on body cam. Absolutely correct. Jumanah Baskerville. Now this happened June 17th. So basically what happened to Miss Baskerville was she was served an eviction, and through no fault of her own, got slammed. And when I say slammed by the marshal that was there serving the eviction papers. She was also naked, and this all happened in front of her 4-year-old daughter. And y'all, we definitely have a video. And listen right here.
Kids.
Is
you and your kids in it?
It's devastating that automatically assume.
He just said Marshall when he got to the door. He didn't walk in and say, I'm here to serve papers. He said that after he asked her all these questions.
You get dressed real quick. Get the baby dressed up.
The cops here and they said we getting evicted right now. They telling me to put clothes on and they.
This is Ms. Baskerville talking to her boyfriend on the phone, who apparently knew about the eviction, but he said he didn't get a court date. And she heated. I would be pissed too.
Right, because she knows nothing. And
yeah, now mind you, her 4-year-old daughter is here also.
But the conversation that she had in front of the marshal should have gave him some type of indication that she might have been out
That's
of the
when
league.
compassion comes in.
Now,
I'm putting clothes on and I'm naked.
Obviously, you're not naked.
I am naked. You want to see?
Go to the bathroom and get dressed.
Who are you talking to?
So what happened? What did she do?
Get up.
Get up. Get up.
Get out. Get out.
Get out.
Get out.
This is the conclusion that I came up to.
Get out now. Get out now.
He yet has not grasped concept that she doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
And because of them supposedly not paying for 3 months, his reaction was to, maybe she's trying to avoid pain. But
but that's not your job to call. That's not your job to do.
He's not grasping concept that she is not the one paying the bills.
Where's the property manager? First of all,
I wanted to know that too, because while all this was going on, the people that was outside the door, Did y'all come in and help him?
This wrong from the jump, like from the approach. It's wrong from the. I'm telling y'all, I've been in property management for so long. I retired. I'm like, look at this woman. Then he tells her you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh yeah, she's devastated. She's mad. This is a lawsuit waiting to happen. His job. You about to lose your job.
Close it.
This is the child.
Close it.
She's like, close the door. Where's my
boyfriend is
child
coming.
going?
Okay.
Going to jail. Yep.
Now he attempts to get something for her to wear, which she was already trying to get dressed when he busted in the door. That's the boyfriend's pants. She gone.
You need to call her. You need to call her.
And you see that she's complying because somebody else would have been like, I'm not putting those on, those not even for me.
And her statement, we'll talk a little bit about the statement also that she about the experience and how she felt. She said it was demeaning. She said she was totally like just embarrassed. And she said it was even worse when they was trying to put the pants on her because the pants didn't fit. You see how small she is. The pants didn't fit. They were her boyfriend's pants. So it's like her clothes kept falling off. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, and the child is standing right there.
Right here, yeah.
Right there. Right there.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Okay. So when you came in there, like I said, starting from the beginning, the manager, why didn't the manager knock on the door first? That's the manager's job. Do that. I don't know what city, I don't know if property management or eviction rules, they definitely apply state to state, but just as common courtesy and procedure, the manager knocks on that door. And if they don't respond, the manager opens the door with the key and announces themselves. He said Marshall at the door, which is fine. When you walked in there, you asked her, who are you here? I'm Marshall such and such. I'm here to serve this eviction. Is there children in the home? Are you alone by yourself? That's when you get to that. You just said Marshall. She has no idea what's going on.
He didn't even state the name. Like usually they'll say, I'm here to serve so-and-so. So she can be like, oh, well, he's not here. What you mean serving an eviction? What you talking about? Oh, well, this is what's going on. Y'all have to leave today.
So it's that part. And obviously it's beyond that because he's coming to like take her things out and really put them on the curb. And when he hears her on the phone, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no cop, but I would think that cops you should have some type of compassion. He could have, you visually seeing that she's distraught. There's a child in the house. Clearly, if you don't see the child, there's toys and stuff everywhere. She's saying she's alone. She's in a robe. You have to almost think that she may be naked. It's in their home. She was probably sleeping. And you told her to go. Yeah, then you tell her to go change. She's getting irate. She's trying to calm herself now because she also has to think, oh my God, when me and my child gonna go? They finna put us out right now. You know, so she goes in the room and you're gonna close the door. I don't want you to see me naked. I'm not going hide nowhere. I'm closing the door because I'm right here. Hey, no. And she said, do you want to see? Oh, you're not naked.
That's what it was for me.
And that's what set him off. Oh, you smart bottom.
That took me out.
That's what it was for me. See, like I was like, oh wow, yeah.
You got to know you finna lose your job.
Lose your job, livelihood.
Fire the whole staff.
Whoever
Fire
else
everybody that work at the apartment complex to it all because the manager should have been doing her job first and foremost from the jump. Who was the little boy? It looked like a teen boy. Does he work there? Who walked up with the cops? Who walked up with the marshal?
Child.
The world may never know. I still, even with that amount of people, I don't think it should have been handled this way.
No way.
Speaking of, we're gonna move on to these quick picks, honey. Girl. I know y'all gonna be ready for this one. I know y'all gonna be ready for this. Okay.
We waiting.
Eels.
This quick pick, the UC Berkeley Off-Campus student housing bans white people to avoid white violence and presence, which means they have a POC house, which means, people of color house. And they have rules, a list,
Right.
like a list of rules.
Right.
And there is a video of the people talking about it. So let's see the video. Let's see this clip. And we're going to talk about once they do that. Once we see this clip, we'll, elaborate on what they was talking about.
As an outsider, when I was thinking about POC, I think that there were some problems that I was noticing, and I was confused about some of the ways that people were talking about others who weren't a part of the POC house, and especially the conception of whiteness and not allowing white people in. But getting to know the community more, being in the house, learning about people, I understand that it's a community space that's super necessary in light of the way that the rest of UC Berkeley works.
Is like anti-blackness in this house. I've had like anti-black experiences. I've witnessed anti-black experiences. I hope POC house members can have and continue to have like more critical conversations about what it means to be a person of color and what it means to, navigate this world with certain privileges that that black people don't.
You don't belong there. You don't belong there, and they don't want you there. Remember when y'all did this with Jim Crow? Remember when y'all did this forever?
Now, the only conclusion that I came to is that this is the beginning of something that is scaring the clear people. It's already scary.
UC Berkeley. It's UC Berkeley. So trust me, it's scaring the white women.
It's scaring them. It's scaring them, which is a good thing, because I hope this scariness opens up your eyes. I mean, and at this point, what's going on? This is now being the beginning of what I believe is going to be a movement. So let's get ready, okay? This is going to be something of a movement. I feel it in my bones, because there's another related situation going on this week.
For
people, yes. But people of color are gonna stand up and say, okay, y'all are not allowed. I feel like this is about to be a movement of people of color saying, yeah, we can't let y'all do this.
Because if y'all
we're about to show y'all exactly what y'all been putting us through.
Now, a lot of y'all still don't want us in your space.
It still don't want it, but the reason why I feel like
and make us very uncomfortable. Extremely.
The reason why I feel like this is about to be a movement, friends, is because there's another situation going on as well that has to do something with this, and we're going to talk about that later. But it's going to be a movement. There are going to be some people of color, and there are going to be some people of non-color that's going to jump on the bandwagon, and it's going to be something where.
And they do have, I do see that they have their house rules, and POC guest house rules. Y'all know I'm older. I've rushed I've rushed an all-white sorority before. And trust me, they have these, and they're on campus. Some of them are on campus. This one is even off campus. So what does
right
privately owned?
So this is for them to. We need this space. Trust me, because even in your restaurant, everywhere we go, we have. Guess what? There's a 99% chance that we're gonna feel y'all gonna make us feel uncomfortable, and we're already uncomfortable in your world.
We are, and this is part of the situation that's gonna now make them uncomfortable. And
it's making them uncomfortable,
and it's gonna have them open up their eyes, and they're gonna be able to see the difference and see what we have basically been dealing with and going through for so many years.
Yeah, and like I said, for the pregame show, show, y'all remember what I said? What do y'all want?
What do y'all
want over here?
It's the wanting to be inclusive. Like, next is gonna, I feel it, and mark my words, it's gonna be a country club, a black-owned country club that's gonna tell them the same thing. We don't want your dividends. We don't want your time. We don't want your money. Now, you can come work here. But,
right.
But
so if you want to come to the POC house, we may need we got a cleaning position.
Yeah.
We don't want y'all cooking for us. We got a cleaning position.
Look, you can go catch the balls. I mean, go round up the balls.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't understand the disturbance. What is the girl's name? Because I know I know she offended by. I know it's her. I know it's a girl.
Look, some of the rules You see those? Do y'all see those?
Yeah, always
Yes,
announce
women
guests
per house.
in the guest chat if they will be in the comment space with you and if they are white. Yeah, I want to know.
Hey, I like the one that says for the family members, avoid bringing parents and family members that express bigotry, queer, black, and I know how to say this word. Indigenous members should not have to avoid common spaces because of homophobic and racist parents /
I think they need to provide some clarity, or somebody needs to go back to grammar school, because when I first read it, and I'm quite well read, it took me a minute because of how the wording is throwing me off.
Well, I mean,
I get it. I know what you're trying to say, but if there's gonna be rules and you know what I'm saying, this gonna be a house contract, this needs to be a little more clear, because avoid bringing parents and family members that express bigotry. Is that a period?
A comma? I think that was more so a comma.
Okay, it can't be a comma, because if it's a comma, it's not gonna make sense. So I think that might be a period behind bigotry. Okay. Queer, black. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to make sure the grammar correct. I need to make sure what I'm reading makes sense to me also.
Well, sometimes you don't want it to be easily read. You want them to ask questions.
I do.
I like when people ask questions.
I do. I like layman's terms, because guess what? When nobody could confuse nothing. Use the words that go where they go. I don't want you to flip my words no type of way. Use a punctuation. I'm the grammar teacher. Use the correct.
I get it. Look, I totally get it, but this is, like I said, this is just the beginning of a movement, and what it is now is our next topic is dealing. See, with that one, that was reverse, basically reverse psychology for lack of better term. Well, this one right here, the guy, the professor in this particular situation decided that, hey, I need to check some stuff out.
Okay.
As you see, we have an educated black man, a doctor at a university, a professor. He and his wife are both doctors, and they are black professors who study housing discrimination. And at this point, they are suing after their home appraisal jumped nearly $300,000. A difference of $300,000 upon removing his race from a refinancing loan application.
Y'all better get to calling fair housing. They must work for fair housing.
Well, they are teachers at the university, and basically at Johns Hopkins.
Okay.
And he and his wife were trying to refinance their house. Okay. And when they did this, Dr. Nathan Connolly and his wife, Shannon Mott, were looking to refinance their Baltimore home, which was initially estimated to be worth $472,000. A mortgage lender then denied them the refinance loan. Okay. And so what they decided to do, he and his wife decided to remove any indication that black people lived in the home. A second appraiser came through and valued the home at $750,000 because they felt as though something was going on. So what he did was he had one of his friends one of his Caucasian friends to come to the house and stage as though it was his house.
Wow.
My God.
We're smart, and we're about to make a movement. Are you catching that? I'm saying that.
Okay. Just connect the lines, connect the dots for me. Just connect the dots.
It's about to be a movement because we are smart, and we are grasping the concept that these people, they are still trying to get away with certain things, and redlining is still a thing, even though we
fair housing ain't letting that get away. They changed that law. They changed that in, I want to say 1979. Race was added to it. Don't. I know it's in the 70s. This happened. Maybe a little bit earlier than 1979 when they added race to the rule. Fair housing, if you guys don't know, fair housing is an organization that makes sure that certain class of people are not discriminated against when it comes to housing. It includes age, it includes race, gender. So there's a few that have been added, and I know that race was added before when they started to do these types of things with denying African Americans, denying Hispanic people, you know, just based on that. So this is definitely for fair housing, and this is definitely the time, because this is everywhere. Fair housing does not change anywhere. This is consistent. So the race is optional. You don't have to even answer that if you don't want to, you know. So it's not like you defrauded or anything like that, because these are optional.
Yeah. Even
you
with
know, and you can tell. And is Baltimore, is Baltimore more of an urban city, or?
Yeah, it is. It's majority black.
Okay.
It's a historically and majority black city.
So it sound like y'all trying to gentrify it. So if a person
most
white.
definitely. Because what they also grasp concept of, and even now with people purchasing houses, if you are purchasing a house, please look into this. All right. So what they did also verify is that there's a gap in ownership among the blacks and the whites in Baltimore. Not only that, 9 times out of 10, your APR mortgage rate is going to be substantially higher. Just because you are a person of color. It is not based on the amount of money you make. It's not it's not based on your longevity at the job. It's just because you are a person of color.
Right.
They say, oh, we can charge you this amount. This is a set amount for people of color.
And
okay?
that
and
is
you
where
can be
fair
making
housing,
the same amount of money as your counterpart.
Like that's a wrap. That is illegal. So sorry.
Well, yeah, that's a wrap, basically.
That's definitely a wrap.
Anybody that's purchasing a house, make sure you do everything you can to educate yourself on purchasing a house, everything that you need to know for that area.
And read up about your rights.
Yeah.
Fair housing. Read about what fair housing covers when you're searching for a home. First and foremost, go to fair housing, and the website is very simple to find. Even if you want to just put in fair housing policies. They change all the time because new things are always popping up, and people find honestly different ways to discriminate you in the housing, you know, in the arena of housing and realty. So definitely be educated on fair housing and tenant rights and renters' rights and just owners' rights. Always know that. Start there. Definitely start there. So if you know, if you already know, it's not going to take you, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to know. You're going to know when you walk in there what to make sure they're not doing.
The more you grow.
There you go.
All right.
She had the little thing come across the screen.
There you go.
That's our educational part of the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed.
Hey,
now coming up to everybody's favorite segment of the show. Can you guess?
Oh, you gonna make the bob.
Can you guess?
Hey, and again, because of the situation, we're going with Dumb Duran.
Here comes.
You ain't have to take the big sigh before you started, huh? Not before you started.
I tell y'all about these people. So, who you calling broke? Let's get into some of y'all pastors. A Kansas City pastor, baby. Carlton Funderburk scolded his congregation and called them broke because they didn't buy him his Movado watch.
If they said that they was going to do it, it was a broke contract. And they,
No, baby. He went in on them. Like, he went all the way in. Like, went broke. He literally called them broke.
Poor busted.
You can't afford it.
And busted, yeah.
Broke and busted. You can't afford it. I want your Red Lobster money. If you're not paying, if you're not buying these things for me, that shows your respect for where you are. You know, he said he asked for this watch since
last year,
his birthday, and ain't nobody said nothing about it. But what kills me is the dude, and whoever that is in the background, if you watch the video,
please play it.
That's who should have bought your watch.
I know you still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted because of how you've been honoring me.
Honoring him.
I'm not worth your McDonald's money.
Who is him?
I'm not worth your Red Lobster
No.
money.
No. First
I
of
ain't
all, you're
worth
not
no
supposed to have me in
second
church for 2 hours and
Y'all
7
can
minutes.
afford
Yeah,
it.
because I don't eat that.
Yeah.
I ain't worth y'all Louis Vuitton.
No,
I ain't worth your Prada.
no,
I'm not worth your
Hell
Gucci.
no, not if I
You
got
can buy a
a
Movado watch in Sam's.
That was the one that killed me.
And y'all
You told
know
me
I asked for
when
one
they was
last year. Here it
He
is the
said
whole
you
way
can
in
pick it up
August.
while you're
I
already
still
out
ain't got it.
shopping.
Y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me kick down the door and talk to my cheap sons and daughters.
Oh.
I don't want to hear no more excuses about what y'all can't
What he
afford.
jumped up
You
for?
can't afford it because you don't see
Oh,
the
he been
value
sitting
here.
there. That's the armor bearer.
Ask
Y'all
the
hear from y'all
person who-
pastor and father, I'm over y'all.
Oh.
Are you stepping
I'm over
down,
your
Pastor?
cheap expression.
They still have people in the background talk about, come on, Reverend. Come on, what?
Now, this is the thing too. Before we get too deep in this situation, this is what I've grasped concept of. So this is, I
That's
might
him.
need to go. I might need
This
to take
y'all
out the
pastor.
opportunity, like my friend says. Sometimes you got to take out the opportunity and go back and see how the conversation got started. Because what happens is that a majority of the time, somebody takes a portion of a clip and don't know, and we get upset about the portion that we see, and we don't know that he's. He went left because of happening.
You should never go that far left, my darling.
He should have said,
I'm
You should
just
never
saying
say
what
point
the
blank.
people
He went
need to
left
do
to
before the
right
United
down the
States of
highway.
America get upset with what he said. Y'all please research it. I don't know what
No,
happened.
I
I don't
don't
really
care.
care what happened because I'm not at his church, and
I don't
anybody that
wanna
stays at his
research
church
it.
after this situation needs the abuse that they're
About
getting.
a lot.
Okay, I need people to understand that there are pastors that will belittle you and chastise you and what's the word I'm looking for, Brea? They will use their power and the position that they're in order to what's the word I'm looking for? Basically,
Continuously
I don't know
abuse
the
you?
fact.
Is that
that's
what you're
what
looking
I'm
for?
trying to say.
Continuously
Yes, they
abuse
will
you?
use their position to abuse you, and anybody that stays and deals with this abuse because y'all believe that this is found somewhere in the scripture. It is not found in the scripture. I don't know what scripture he was coming from. He needs to rethink his style
Everything.
and his methods of teaching.
Everything.
And
It's everything.
you done. Like you done, you gonna be on you gonna be in the corner with your
Look
head
at
on
him.
down for at least a good 6 months to a
Like
year.
I said,
No,
it's a little
no, yeah, no
sweet, more
offense, no
about
offense to
point
younger
blank.
pastors, no offense to younger, you know what I'm saying,
I love you.
prophets, no offense to them, but you don't have enough wisdom. He don't even look like he have enough wisdom to be guiding me on some type of religious or spiritual journey. You
With
look
that
like you
similar
work at
on
the
your back.
furniture store.
I hate both of you.
He is
You know what I'm
a
saying,
baby
Christian?
He looked like
Christian,
he works
think about
at,
it.
Buddy's Furniture or the clerk at the local Murphy's USA at the gas station.
Exactly.
We ain't worry about you. Don't you about
That's
you
what
go
I'm
work at
saying.
Right.
Right, because Christian, that's the thing. Me and Christian, I guess it comes from us. I'm sorry, this ain't no pastor. Look at him. He could be my boy.
Yes,
You don't even look older than me. Go sit down. You cannot guide me nowhere. But you need to be at the McDonald's. You look like you the general manager.
You know what? Move it on. Move it on.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Not the GM at McDonald's, by the way. So y'all, this next one now, I ain't gonna lie. I feel so bad for Momo. I would not make her a dumb Dora. However, it was dumb as fuck. Momo was looking for that Apple toe, and 78 years old, and she was driving her car in the mall.
I got questions. I got questions.
Oh my God!
How'd you get in there, Grandma?
Momo said, "I was just trying to buy one."
How did she get that car in there?
Wait, I'm tripped out over the. Okay, so the first 5 people that saw her must have been like, okay, this is some type of mall stunt. This is not real. Like they doing this, they promoting this car. It's something. So they didn't tell nobody. But
But there's
the fact that they still allowing her to drive right now is what I'm saying.
I think they should help her. I think they should help her. I think
at
they
this
should
point, I
definitely help
need you to get in the passenger seat and let me
Yeah.
get you out of here.
Yeah. You gonna strong, you see what I'm saying? This the difference between this, and plus he a mall cop. He ain't gonna do too much of nothing. I mean,
Right. He don't, I mean, and
they don't pay him enough
she
to
had to
jump
be
in the car.
disoriented, and I hope her family has made the conscientious decision to not allow her to drive
yeah.
for a while. She needs to be in the corner calling her people. See,
she
promoting.
For a while. Dale, she don't drive no more. She gets no more driving privileges. These, give me this. You don't even need this. Somebody will be driving this Daisy because it won't be Daisy. No,
But
you
on
come
a
on.
lighter note to that situation, nobody got hurt.
Yay! See?
No.
All right, this is one car accident that we can talk about that did nobody get hurt.
She Christian. She probably was like, "Let me watch out for them children back there, Lord."
I
They
told you
probably
what it
got
was.
them
She was a
kids
little
back there.
disoriented because she saw that commercial right before she came to the Apple store. She thought she saw that commercial where she thought that they said they had a drive-through.
Y'all, Dale, you
know
almost
what?
got me because I really believed that. I really did.
The Apple store was promoting the Take 5 drive-through. Take 5 minutes. We gonna fix your phone. Get you.
Do not believe Dale, y'all. Don't believe Dale. Don't believe Dale. That's not real. That's not real. That is not real. Thank you. Bye.
Though,
That is not real, Dale.
she did not feel the need to get out of her car. She said they can do it while I'm sitting in here enjoying my good air conditioning.
Take 5.
Take 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, that is your episode of 3 is a Crowd.
Damn, guys.
I know, didn't that go by kind of quick? But look,
it was
if
good.
you
though.
like the shit that we're putting down, then show us some love at hoodoohousetv.com. And like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring that bell so you can stay a hoe in the know. Until next time, I'm your host, Deldrick Sibley.
I'm Brea Darby.
I'm Christian J. Bye.
Bye.